viewers, welcome to Dailies on TVRC. My name is Felicia Chinyere Iberi, and with me on today's news is...
Akitunde Sami Vincent.
With me is the Punch newspaper.
With me is the Vanguard newspaper. And on the front page of Vanguard newspaper, alleged 109 billion naira scam. Court reminds ex-Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Hoddles in prison. 2023, don't expect any miracle from Peter Obi, Labour Party, says article. Aviation fuel crisis. Passengers to experience more flight delays, cancellations. Parent raise alarm over alleged extortion, poor hygiene practiced by caregivers. Fathers in Hebony primary schools. SBB Niger housemates with strongest fan base could be seen on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. We will reconcile with Governor Wike very soon, says article. Bono Speaker Lawan urges constituents to obtain PVCs ahead of 2023 polls could be seen on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Ms. Felicia, let's take a look at this. Don't expect any miracle from Peter Obi, Labour Party. Do you think that should be coming from a tight contender?
For me, it's a very approval from my own point, my own side, because if it's coming from an aspirant for presidency position, it shouldn't be that so full of use the word negative words against his opponent. But it's okay if he's cool with saying what is right instead of just tagging his own fellow opponent with that statement. So it's actually a very bad one for that one.
And this one is also coming from the same, from the same PDP backyard. Let me put it that way this time. We will reconcile with Governor Wike soon. Are you expectant?
For me, I feel it's okay because Wike has beaten up his own points from his own point of view. That, in fact, it's so obvious that he's really very grieved. So if they are going to reconcile with him soon, they should listen up.
Okay, that's what I have on Vanguard newspaper this morning.
Okay, with me is the Punch newspaper, and from the front page of the Punch newspaper, revenue falls by 1.89 trillion naira. Nigerians face tougher times. I picked who can deliver over Wike, says Atiku. Asoro cabals influencing Buhari's decision, says ex-minister. Buhari mourns Ndume's father death. 30 killed, vehicles burns in Kaduna auto crash. Nigerian officer calls US cops on trading countryman. Ikpeazu remitted 7.1 billion naira into Abia Poly, says government. Still on the front page of the Punch newspaper, DSS report once against protest in Gigetel's NLC. Lagos policemen assault, rob driver of 50,000 naira. 31 states yet to consider constitution amendments. This last one from the front page of the Punch newspaper. Power generation crashed to 3 MW. Federal government begins probe. So, Mr. Vincent, let's start with this one that says DSS report once against protest, says Ngige2, NLC.
Yeah, don't forget that recently we heard about the solidarity protest by the NLC, and considering the fact that they are the umbrella for workers in Nigeria, so you could imagine how massive and how people want to turn out for that protest. Perhaps the government are scared that it might just get out of hand, and they don't want something that will definitely trigger the kind of NSAS protest that we witnessed a few years back. So perhaps they are scared of the outcome of the protest.
Okay, this one says Asoro cabals influencing Buhari's decision, says ex-minister. This was the take.
Yeah, since the inception of our democracy, we've not seen a situation where the presidency is being used more than this present regime. If information is not coming from the media officer, if it's not coming from Gabashield, the information is coming from Femi Adesina. So you could say that informations are always coming, erupting from the villa, virtually every time, and it's not really from the horse's mouth himself. It's always from the mouth of these people. So perhaps we could say these people surrounding the president, apart from I mentioned few names, we still have, of course, they are to help president in whatever he is going to do or what he has done, but so far so good. Since the inception of this regime, it has always been from those people, if it's not, except for the man who is always in the camera, the chief of staff, Gambari, the man.
Okay. This last one says, I picked who can deliver over weekend, says Atiku. Please, what's the take?
Well, in my opinion, I think it should try to douse the tension, not to, it's as if it's fueling the crisis, it's just fueling the crisis the more, because just imagine Governor Wiki hearing this, what do you think how he's going to feel about it? Considering the popularity vote, he almost, if not for some little bit of gains, he ought to have won that presidential primary, PDP presidential primary. And that's the man of that magnitude. You are saying the man cannot deliver. I mean, they should try to get their house. I mean, they should get their house themselves coordinated, not to, because united they will definitely stand together, but divided they just all going to fall.
Okay, viewers, we now come to the close of today's news. Please join us same time. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.